Why do some people achieve their goals while others quit after a few days? It's not luck, talent, or even motivation. It's consistency. The ability to show up every single day, no matter how you feel, no matter the circumstances. But let's be honest, staying consistent is hard. That's why you must train yourself to do it, even when you don't want to. In this audiobook, you'll learn how to break excuses, push through resistance, and develop the mindset of unshakable discipline. If you're ready to stop starting over and finally stick to your goals, let's begin. Chapter 1. Why consistency beats motivation. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like a wave, strong one moment and gone the next. That's why relying on motivation alone is a mistake. If you only take action when you feel inspired, you'll never achieve anything long-term. True success is built on consistency, the ability to show up and do the work even when you don't feel like it. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions are unreliable. Some days you feel excited and driven, but other days you feel tired, discouraged, or distracted. If you wait for motivation to strike before taking action, you'll waste valuable time. Consistency, on the other hand, doesn't depend on emotions. It's a commitment, a habit, a non-negotiable part of your life. Think about successful athletes, entrepreneurs, or artists. Do you think they wake up every day feeling motivated? They wake up feeling just like everyone else, sometimes energized, sometimes exhausted. The difference is, they take action no matter what. They don't wait to feel like it. They show up, put in the work, and trust the process. When you are consistent, you build momentum. At first, it's hard to stay disciplined, but the more you repeat an action, the easier it becomes. Just like a snowball rolling down a hill, small efforts grow into massive results over time. Motivation may get you started, but consistency keeps you going. Consistency also builds self-trust. Every time you follow through on your commitments, you prove to yourself that you can be relied upon. You begin to trust your own discipline more than your emotions. Over time, this self-trust turns into unshakable confidence. When you focus on consistency, you make progress even on bad days. Motivation tells you to quit when things feel difficult, but consistency keeps you moving forward. Even if you're only making small steps, those steps add up. Showing up every day, even at 50% effort, is better than only showing up when you feel 100%. Successful people understand that repetition leads to mastery. The best musicians practice their craft daily, even when they don't feel inspired. The best athletes train their bodies every day, even when they don't feel strong. Greatness is built on what you do consistently, not what you do occasionally. Motivation gives you a spark, but consistency gives you results. Think of motivation as lighting a match. It burns bright, but fades fast. Consistency is like building a fire that keeps burning no matter what. If you want lasting success, you need more than just sparks. You need discipline. Another advantage of consistency is that it eliminates decision fatigue. When something becomes a habit, you no longer have to waste energy deciding whether to do it. You don't question it, you just do it. This saves mental energy and makes it easier to stay productive. Consistency also creates identity change. When you consistently do something, you don't just develop a habit. You become that type of person. If you read every day, you're no longer just someone who tries to read. You are a reader. If you exercise consistently, you don't just try to work out. You are an athlete. Your habits shape your identity. The key to building consistency is removing the need for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect timing, or the perfect energy level. Start showing up no matter what. Make it a rule. I do this, no matter how I feel. Once you stop relying on motivation, you become unstoppable. Consistency beats motivation because it makes success inevitable. If you keep showing up, improving a little every day and refusing to quit, you will get results. It's not a question of if, it's a matter of when. Make consistency your superpower, and you'll never have to rely on motivation again. Chapter 2. Breaking the cycle of procrastination. Procrastination is the silent killer of success. It tricks you into thinking you have more time, that you'll start tomorrow, or that waiting until you feel ready is the right choice. But tomorrow never comes. If you want to achieve anything great, you must break the cycle of procrastination, starting now. The first step to overcoming procrastination is understanding why you do it. Procrastination isn't laziness, it's a response to fear, self-doubt, or overwhelm. When a task feels too big, too uncertain, or too uncomfortable, your brain seeks escape. It distracts you with social media, TV, or anything else that gives instant gratification. But those distractions only delay your success. To stop procrastinating, you must reduce resistance. The bigger and scarier a task seems, the more likely you are to put it off. Instead of focusing on the entire task, break it into small, manageable steps. Start with just 5 minutes. Tell yourself, I'll work on this for 5 minutes, and if I want to stop after that, I can. Most of the time, just starting eliminates the mental resistance, and you end up working longer. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. The more you take action, the more momentum you build, and the easier it becomes to keep going. Stop thinking, start doing. One of the biggest reasons for procrastination is perfectionism. You don't start because you fear not doing it perfectly, but waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan is just another form of avoidance. Perfectionism is procrastination in disguise. Instead, aim for progress, not perfection. Done is better than perfect. Set a deadline, even if it's artificial. When a task has no deadline, your brain assumes you have unlimited time, which leads to procrastination. Create urgency by setting personal deadlines. Give yourself a time limit, tell someone about it, or schedule it in your calendar. Eliminate distractions before you start. If your phone, notifications, or background noise are pulling your attention away, take control. Put your phone on silent, close unnecessary tabs, and create a distraction-free environment. The fewer temptations you have, the easier it is to stay focused. One powerful trick to overcome procrastination is the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. If it takes longer, break it into a small task that you can complete in 2 minutes. Small actions reduce mental barriers and make it easier to keep going. Another method is accountability. Tell someone about your goal and ask them to check in on your progress. When someone else is expecting results, you're more likely to follow through. Public commitment increases accountability. Your environment shapes your behavior more than you think. Surround yourself with people who take action. If your friends and colleagues are driven and disciplined, their habits will influence you. If they procrastinate, you're more likely to do the same. Choose your surroundings wisely. Procrastination thrives on excuses. I'll do it later. I'm too tired. I'll start next week. These excuses keep you stuck. Challenge them by asking yourself, what's the worst that will happen if I start now? Most of the time, your fear is irrational. The only real consequence of procrastination is wasted time. Visualize the consequences of inaction. If you continue procrastinating, where will you be in a year? How will you feel? What opportunities will you have missed? Contrast this with the rewards of taking action today. Use this visualization to push yourself forward. Procrastination weakens your self-trust. Every time you delay, you teach yourself that you can't be relied on. But when you start taking action, even in small ways, you rebuild trust in yourself. You prove to yourself that you are disciplined and capable. Create a system, not just a goal. A goal is the result you want. A system is the process that gets you there. Instead of saying, I want to write a book, set a system. I will write for 30 minutes every morning. Systems eliminate the need for motivation and make action automatic. Turn tasks into habits. The more often you do something, the less mental energy it takes. Build consistency by making your actions part of your daily routine. When something becomes automatic, procrastination disappears. Reward yourself for taking action. Your brain loves rewards. After completing a task, give yourself a small reward, a break, a favorite snack, or anything that reinforces positive behavior. This strengthens the habit of taking action. Remind yourself that perfection isn't required. Starting is. Every expert was once a beginner. Every great success story started with someone taking the first imperfect step. Your job is not to be perfect, it's to begin. In the end, procrastination is a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. The secret is to stop thinking about doing it and just start. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for motivation. Start now. Chapter 3. Training your mind for daily discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. Without it, dreams remain just dreams. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. The ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. The good news? Discipline is a skill. It can be trained, built, and strengthened. The first step in training your mind for discipline is making a decision. You must decide that no matter how you feel, no matter the circumstances, you will commit to taking action. Discipline isn't about waiting for the perfect moment, it's about taking action regardless of the situation. Winners act based on commitment, not emotions. Create a clear why behind your goals. Discipline is much easier to maintain when you have a strong reason for your actions. Ask yourself, why is this goal important to me? How will my life change if I stay disciplined? What will happen if I don't? A strong enough why eliminates excuses. Start with small daily commitments. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Instead of overwhelming yourself with huge goals, start small and stay consistent. Even a simple habit, like waking up at the same time every day, or setting a 5-minute rule for a task, reinforces your ability to follow through. Remove distractions before they control you. Your environment plays a massive role in your discipline. If your phone, social media, or other temptations are constantly in front of you, they will drain your focus. Set up your space for success. Remove distractions and make it easier to stay disciplined. Developing self-discipline means mastering your thoughts. Your mind will always try to convince you to take the easy path. It will say, "You can do it later," or "You don't feel like it right now." Recognize these thoughts as obstacles and instead train yourself to act despite them. Turn discipline into an identity. Instead of saying, "I need to be more disciplined," say, "I am a disciplined person." Your identity shapes your actions. When you truly believe you are a disciplined person, you start making decisions that align with that belief. Discipline isn't something you do, it's who you are. Use the 5-second rule. Whenever you feel resistance to taking action, count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. This technique disrupts hesitation and forces you to take immediate action before your mind creates an excuse. Develop self-control by delaying gratification. Train your mind to resist instant rewards in favor of long-term success. The ability to say no to short-term pleasure in exchange for long-term gain is a hallmark of high achievers. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen your willpower. Track your progress. Keep a journal, checklist, or habit tracker to measure your consistency. Seeing tangible evidence of your efforts builds confidence and reinforces your commitment. Progress is motivation in itself. Hold yourself accountable. When no one is watching, discipline is tested. Champions don't need someone else to push them. They push themselves. However, if you struggle, find an accountability partner who checks in on your progress. Knowing that someone else expects you to follow through increases your chances of success. Master the art of self-talk. What you say to yourself matters. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not disciplined," or "I always procrastinate," your mind will believe it. Instead, reprogram your thoughts. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. I follow through on my commitments. I am disciplined and consistent. I do what needs to be done, no matter how I feel. Eliminate decision fatigue. The more choices you have to make, the harder it becomes to stay disciplined. Simplify your daily routines. Prepare your meals in advance, set up a morning ritual, or create a schedule that removes unnecessary decisions. Discipline thrives when your environment supports automatic action. Make it easy to start. If a task feels overwhelming, break it down into the smallest possible step. Want to exercise? Just put on your workout clothes. Want to write? Just open your laptop. Once you start, momentum takes over. Reward your discipline. While discipline requires sacrifice, it's important to celebrate your wins. Rewards reinforce positive behavior and make discipline a habit you enjoy rather than something you dread. Acknowledge your progress and keep going. Don't rely on feelings, rely on systems. Emotions fluctuate, but a strong system ensures consistency. Create a structured plan for your goals and stick to it, even when motivation disappears. Train yourself to embrace discomfort. Growth and comfort cannot exist together. The more you push through discomfort, the easier it becomes. Discipline means doing the hard things when others quit. Stop negotiating with yourself. Champions don't argue with their own excuses, they override them. When your mind says, "Just skip it today," answer back, "No, this is who I am. I show up every day." Build a morning routine that sets the tone for success. The way you start your day determines your mindset. Establish habits that create momentum: exercise, meditation, goal setting, or reading. A strong morning routine builds discipline from the moment you wake up. Adopt a no excuses mentality. Winners don't make excuses, they find solutions. Train yourself to solve problems instead of avoiding them. Discipline means taking full responsibility for your success. You are in control. Conclusion: discipline is not about punishment, it's about freedom. When you train your mind to be disciplined, you gain control over your actions, emotions, and results. You become the kind of person who doesn't need motivation. You simply do what's necessary. Train yourself to be disciplined, and success becomes inevitable. Chapter 4. How to push through resistance. Resistance is the invisible force that tries to stop you from taking action. It's that voice in your head that whispers, "Not today," or the feeling of hesitation that keeps you from starting something important. Resistance shows up as fear, doubt, procrastination, or even exhaustion. But here's the truth. The bigger the goal, the stronger the resistance. The key to success is learning how to push through it. The first step to overcoming resistance is recognizing it for what it is, a test. Resistance is not a sign that you should stop. It's a sign that what you're about to do actually matters. Your brain tries to keep you safe by avoiding discomfort, but growth only happens when you push past that discomfort. Action kills resistance. The longer you hesitate, the stronger resistance becomes. The best way to weaken it is to move immediately. Don't wait to feel ready. Start before you're ready. Even the smallest action in the right direction can break through the mental block and get you moving. Resistance is strongest at the beginning. Once you start, it weakens. Think about exercising. Getting out the door is often the hardest part, but once you begin, you usually feel fine. Train yourself to push through the initial resistance, and you'll gain momentum. A powerful trick to beat resistance is reducing the size of the task. If a goal feels overwhelming, your mind will resist it. Instead of thinking, "I need to write a book," think, "I need to write one sentence." Instead of, "I have to work out for an hour," think, "I'll do 5 minutes." Once you begin, it's much easier to keep going. Discomfort is not a reason to stop. Resistance often comes disguised as fatigue, distraction, or boredom. But champions push through discomfort because they understand this truth. Your mind will quit before your body actually needs to. Most of the time, you have more energy, focus, and strength left than you think. Make a habit of doing things when you don't feel like it. If you only take action when it's easy, you'll never reach your full potential. The people who succeed are the ones who work even when they're tired, even when they're uninspired, even when they're uncertain. They train themselves to act despite resistance. Remove all possible distractions. Resistance thrives when you allow distractions to take over. If your phone, social media, or background noise keeps pulling your attention away, take control of your environment. A distraction-free space makes it easier to focus and reduces the temptation to procrastinate. Use the 5-second rule. The moment you feel resistance, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Take action before your mind talks you out of it. This simple trick forces you to break hesitation and move before resistance builds up. Visualize the consequences of giving in to resistance. Ask yourself, what will happen if I keep avoiding this? What opportunities will I miss? How will I feel in a month if I don't push through? When the pain of inaction becomes stronger than the discomfort of taking action, you'll break through resistance. Change your self-talk. The way you talk to yourself matters. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I always find a way." Instead of thinking, "This is too hard," tell yourself, "I'm strong enough to handle this." Your mind listens to what you tell it. Train it to believe in your ability to push through. Create a no-negotiation rule. Champions don't argue with their own excuses. When they set a goal, they commit to it without questioning it every day. Make certain actions non-negotiable, whether it's working out, writing, or practicing a skill. Decide once, and don't let resistance talk you out of it. Use rewards to keep yourself going. Resistance can be beaten by making the process enjoyable. Set up small rewards for completing tasks. It could be as simple as taking a break, listening to music, or treating yourself after a productive session. The brain responds well to positive reinforcement, so use it to your advantage. Remember why you started. When resistance feels overwhelming, reconnect with your deeper purpose. Why did you set this goal? What are you trying to achieve? Who will benefit from your success? Keeping your purpose front and center will give you the strength to push forward, even when your mind tries to resist. Conclusion. Resistance is an obstacle that never fully disappears, but it can be defeated. The key is to act before it stops you. Move fast, reduce hesitation, and build the habit of showing up even when you don't feel like it. The ability to push through resistance is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. The choice is yours. Will you let resistance win, or will you push through? Chapter 5. The role of habits in long-term success. Success is not about a single moment of brilliance. It's about what you do every day. Habits shape your future more than talent, luck, or motivation ever will. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who stay stuck is not intelligence or opportunity. It's the small, consistent actions repeated over time. Your daily habits define your future. The actions you take repeatedly, whether positive or negative, determine the direction of your life. If you build good habits, success becomes inevitable. If you allow bad habits to take over, failure becomes just as predictable. Habits remove the need for constant decision-making. When something becomes a habit, you don't have to think about doing it, you just do it. This eliminates resistance, saves mental energy, and allows you to focus on bigger challenges without struggling over small choices. Small habits compound over time. Doing something for 5 or 10 minutes a day may not seem like much, but over a year, that time adds up to massive results. A small improvement repeated consistently leads to extraordinary outcomes in the long run. The secret to success is making good habits automatic. If you have to force yourself to do something every day, you'll eventually give up. Instead, integrate habits into your daily routine so they happen naturally, like brushing your teeth or making your bed. To build lasting habits, start small. If you try to change everything at once, you'll get overwhelmed and quit. Instead, start with tiny habits that require minimal effort, like reading 1 page of a book, doing 5 push-ups, or writing for 2 minutes. Once a habit is established, you can build on it. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your habits. If you surround yourself with distractions, bad influences, or negativity, your habits will reflect that. But if you design your environment for success, by removing temptations, setting up reminders, and surrounding yourself with motivated people, you make it easier to stay consistent. The most successful people in the world don't have superhuman discipline, they have systems. Systems are routines and processes that support your habits. Instead of relying on willpower, they create structures that make success the default option. Habits create identity change. When you consistently perform an action, you start seeing yourself differently. If you write every day, you become a writer. If you exercise daily, you become an athlete. Your habits shape who you are. Breaking bad habits is just as important as building good ones. Every negative habit, procrastination, unhealthy eating, excessive social media use, steals your time, energy, and focus. The key is to replace bad habits with positive alternatives, making it easier to let go of destructive behaviors. Tracking your habits helps you stay consistent. When you see visual proof of your progress, like a calendar streak or a habit tracker, you feel more motivated to keep going. Even small wins build momentum and make it easier to stick to your goals. Never let one bad day break the habit. Everyone has off days, but missing one day doesn't ruin your progress. Giving up does. If you slip up, get back on track immediately. Consistency beats perfection every time. The best habits are the ones that align with your long-term vision. Don't just build habits because they sound good. Build habits that move you closer to your biggest goals. Every habit should serve a purpose and contribute to the life you want to create. Surround yourself with people who have the habits you want. If you spend time with disciplined, goal-oriented individuals, their habits will naturally influence you. Success is contagious. Choose your environment wisely. Conclusion. Long-term success is not about grand gestures, it's about what you do every day. Your habits are either building you up or tearing you down. Choose wisely, stay consistent, and watch as your small daily actions create a future beyond your imagination. Success isn't a result of luck, it's a result of your habits. Chapter 6. Overcoming mental barriers to stay consistent. Staying consistent isn't just about motivation or discipline, it's about breaking through the mental barriers that hold you back. Many people start strong, but their own thoughts and fears become obstacles that sabotage their progress. To stay consistent, you must train your mind to defeat self-doubt, fear, and resistance. The first mental barrier is self-doubt. Many people fail to stay consistent because they don't believe they can. They think, what if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? But self-doubt is just a thought, it's not reality. Winners take action despite their doubts. Perfectionism is another hidden barrier. Many people avoid taking action because they fear it won't be perfect. But waiting for perfection leads to procrastination. Success doesn't require perfection, it requires progress. Taking imperfect action is always better than doing nothing. Fear of failure stops people from staying consistent. They think, what if I try and don't succeed? But failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the journey. Every failure is a lesson that brings you closer to your goal. The only true failure is quitting. Emotional resistance can destroy consistency. Some days, you won't feel like showing up. You'll be tired, frustrated, or discouraged. But consistency isn't about feelings, it's about commitment. Act first, and motivation will follow. Another common mental barrier is overthinking. Many people spend too much time analyzing instead of taking action. They look for the perfect strategy instead of just starting. Clarity comes from action, not thinking. Stop overanalyzing and start doing. Excuses are your biggest enemy. I'm too busy. I'm not in the mood. I'll start tomorrow. These excuses feel valid in the moment, but they are just lies your mind tells you to avoid discomfort. Winners recognize excuses and push through them. Many people struggle with consistency because they focus too much on results. They think, I've been working hard, but I don't see progress. But success takes time. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. The results will come if you keep showing up. Self-discipline is a muscle that needs training. If you've struggled with consistency before, it's not because you're weak. It's because you haven't built the habit. Start small, stay consistent, and your discipline will grow stronger. Your environment plays a huge role in consistency. If you're surrounded by distractions, negativity, or unmotivated people, staying consistent will be harder. Set up your environment for success. Eliminate distractions and surround yourself with driven individuals. A powerful way to overcome mental barriers is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine yourself staying consistent every day, pushing through challenges and achieving your goal. Your brain responds to what you repeatedly visualize. Accountability is a game changer. Tell someone about your goal and ask them to check in on your progress. When you know someone else is expecting results, you'll be more likely to stay consistent. Public commitment increases accountability. One of the biggest reasons people quit is boredom. When the excitement wears off, tasks can feel repetitive. Champions stay consistent even when it's boring. They understand that mastery comes from repetition. Your identity shapes your consistency. If you see yourself as someone who struggles to stay disciplined, you'll act that way. Instead, tell yourself, I am a disciplined person. Your actions will start to align with your new identity. Tracking your progress removes doubt. Keep a journal or habit tracker to see your growth. When you see evidence of your consistency, it strengthens your belief that you can keep going. Success is built on small wins. Reduce the number of decisions you make. Decision fatigue weakens your willpower. Automate your habits so you don't have to think about them. If something is part of your routine, you won't have to fight resistance every day. Your energy levels affect consistency. If you're exhausted, it's harder to stay committed. Prioritize sleep, exercise, and proper nutrition. A strong body supports a strong mind. Doubt is natural, but it doesn't have to stop you. Every successful person has moments of doubt. The difference? They don't let doubt control them. They take action anyway. Create a system for when you feel unmotivated. Have a plan in place for difficult days. Whether it's listening to motivational content, revisiting your goals, or taking a short break, find what helps you refocus. Embrace discomfort instead of avoiding it. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Instead of seeing discomfort as a bad thing, recognize it as a sign that you're making progress. Discomfort means you're leveling up. The secret to long-term consistency is simply deciding that quitting is not an option. Remove giving up from your mind. Make consistency your only choice, and success will follow. Overcoming mental barriers is the key to staying consistent. Your mind will always try to stop you, but you don't have to listen. Recognize the lies, silence the excuses, and take action anyway. You have the power to train your mind for discipline. The only question is, will you use it? Chapter 7. How to build unbreakable self-discipline. Self-discipline is the foundation of success. It's what separates the average from the extraordinary, not talent, luck, or intelligence. The ability to control your actions, follow through on your commitments, and stay consistent even when you don't feel like it is what makes champions. The good news? Self-discipline is not something you're born with. It's something you build. The first step to unbreakable self-discipline is understanding your why. Without a strong reason behind your actions, discipline will feel like a burden. Ask yourself, why is this goal important to me? What will my life look like if I stay disciplined? What will happen if I don't? When your reason is clear, your discipline becomes unstoppable. Make discipline a part of your identity. Instead of saying, I need to be more disciplined, say, I am a disciplined person. Your actions will always follow your identity. When you see yourself as someone who follows through, you naturally start acting that way. Discipline is built through action, not thinking. Many people overanalyze instead of just doing the work. The fastest way to develop discipline is to take action, even when you don't feel like it. The more you act, the stronger your discipline becomes. Start small, but be consistent. People fail at discipline because they try to change everything at once. Instead, pick one small habit, something so easy you can't fail, and do it every day. Consistency is more important than intensity in the beginning. Remove temptations before they test your discipline. Self-discipline is easier when your environment supports it. If you struggle with social media, delete apps or use website blockers. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in the house. Make discipline the easy choice. Discipline is making a promise to yourself and keeping it. Every time you follow through on something, you build self-trust. But every time you break a commitment, you weaken your discipline. Treat your promises to yourself as seriously as promises to others. Master your emotions instead of letting them control you. There will be days when you feel tired, discouraged, or unmotivated, but feelings don't decide your actions. You do. Discipline means showing up regardless of how you feel. Use the 2-minute rule to get started. If you're struggling to take action, tell yourself you'll only do it for 2 minutes. Whether it's reading, exercising, or working, starting is the hardest part. Once you begin, momentum takes over. Eliminate excuses before they appear. Your brain will always try to justify skipping something. I'm too tired. I'll do it later. One day won't matter. Recognize these as lies and push through anyway. Winners don't negotiate with excuses. Hold yourself accountable. Track your progress, set deadlines, and have someone check in on you. When you know someone else is watching, your discipline strengthens. Public accountability increases commitment. Avoid decision fatigue. The more decisions you make in a day, the weaker your willpower becomes. Simplify your life, create routines, plan meals, and schedule tasks in advance. Discipline thrives when decisions are automatic. Make discipline non-negotiable. Champions don't ask themselves, "Should I do this today?" They just do it. Treat your commitments like brushing your teeth. You don't question it, you just get it done. Train your mind to love discomfort. Growth comes from pushing past comfort. Instead of avoiding hard things, see them as challenges that make you stronger. Winners embrace the struggle. Visualize yourself as a disciplined person. Close your eyes and imagine your future self. Someone who follows through, takes action, and never gives up. Your mind believes what you repeatedly visualize. Make failure part of the process. You will slip up, you will have bad days. But discipline isn't about never failing, it's about getting back on track immediately. Never let one bad day turn into 2. Create rewards for disciplined behavior. Your brain responds to incentives. When you complete a difficult task, reward yourself. Whether it's a small treat, a break, or something meaningful. Reinforce discipline with positive feedback. Surround yourself with disciplined people. If your environment is full of procrastinators, staying disciplined will be harder. But if you're around people who push themselves, you'll naturally rise to their level. Success is contagious. Read, listen, and learn from those who mastered discipline. Study successful athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders. Their mindset, routines, and habits will inspire you to strengthen your own discipline. Learn from those who have already done it. Stay patient. Discipline is a lifelong practice. You won't be perfect overnight. But if you commit to showing up every day, no matter how small the effort, you will build an unstoppable mindset. Discipline is not a punishment, it's freedom. The more control you have over your actions, the more control you have over your life. Build unbreakable self-discipline, and nothing will stand in your way. Chapter 8. Dealing with setbacks and staying on track. Setbacks are inevitable. No matter how disciplined, motivated, or prepared you are, there will be times when things don't go as planned. The true test of success is not avoiding setbacks, but learning how to respond to them without losing momentum. Champions don't let failures define them. They use them as fuel to push forward. The first step in dealing with setbacks is acceptance. Many people waste time and energy resisting reality. They get frustrated, dwell on their mistakes, or blame external circumstances. Instead of fighting the setback, acknowledge it and refocus on the next step. Setbacks do not erase progress. Just because you hit a rough patch doesn't mean you're back at square one. Progress is never a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs. Your past efforts still count, and you can get back on track faster than you think. One of the biggest mistakes people make after a setback is waiting for the perfect time to start again. There is no perfect time. The longer you delay, the harder it becomes to restart. The best time to get back on track is now. Detach your emotions from the setback. Failure, frustration, and disappointment are natural feelings, but they shouldn't control your actions. Separate the event from your identity. Just because you failed at something doesn't mean you're a failure. you are still in control. Reframe the setback as a lesson. Every challenge holds a valuable lesson. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What went wrong, and how can I improve next time? How can I use this experience to become stronger? Shifting your mindset from frustration to learning turns a setback into an opportunity for growth. Take responsibility, but don't punish yourself. Owning your mistakes is important, but self-blame won't help you move forward. Instead of saying, I always mess up, say, this was a mistake, but I can fix it. The way you talk to yourself after a setback determines how quickly you bounce back. Avoid the all-or-nothing mindset. Many people quit completely after one setback because they think, I already failed, so what's the point? But one mistake doesn't erase all your hard work. A small detour doesn't mean the journey is over. Create a plan for getting back on track. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by everything you need to fix, focus on one small step. Start with the easiest, most manageable action. Once you take that first step, momentum will build again. Surround yourself with people who keep you accountable. If you isolate yourself after a setback, it's easy to spiral into self-doubt. Reach out to friends, mentors, or a support system that encourages you to keep going. Having the right people in your corner makes a huge difference. Track your progress instead of focusing on perfection. If you only measure success in big wins, setbacks will feel devastating. Instead, track small improvements. Seeing progress, even small steps forward, keeps you motivated and prevents discouragement. Be flexible with your methods, but firm with your goals. Just because one strategy didn't work doesn't mean your goal is impossible. Adjust your approach and keep moving forward. Winners don't quit when things get tough. They adapt. Use setbacks as proof that you're growing. Challenges don't happen to people who do nothing. The fact that you're facing obstacles means you're stepping outside your comfort zone. Growth only happens when you push past limits. Break the cycle of negative thinking. After a setback, it's easy to focus on what went wrong. Instead, shift your focus to what you can control. Reaffirm your strengths and remind yourself why you started. Set short-term goals to rebuild momentum. If a setback has thrown you off track, set small, achievable targets to regain confidence. One step at a time is all it takes to rebuild momentum. Protect your mindset from negativity. If you constantly replay your failures in your mind, they will hold you back. Instead, focus on solutions and the future. The past can't be changed, but the next decision you make can put you back on the right path. Develop resilience by expecting setbacks. If you expect the journey to be smooth, every obstacle will feel like a disaster. Instead, anticipate setbacks and have a mindset that says, whatever happens, I will keep going. Celebrate your ability to recover. Every time you overcome a setback, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your challenges. Recognizing this builds mental toughness. Your ability to rise after failure defines your success. Forgive yourself and move forward. Holding on to guilt or regret will only drain your energy. Learn from the experience, make adjustments, and keep going. What matters most is not the setback, it's what you do next. Setbacks are not the end, they are part of the process. What separates winners from quitters is how they respond to failure. Every successful person has faced setbacks, but they didn't let them stop them. Stay focused, stay strong, and always get back up. Your consistency will pay off. Setbacks are temporary, but your response lasts forever. Every challenge you face is temporary, but how you respond to it determines whether it becomes a lesson or a roadblock. The strongest people aren't those who never face setbacks. They're the ones who refuse to let setbacks define them. Every setback is an opportunity to build resilience. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's developed every time you overcome a challenge. Each time you push through failure, you strengthen your ability to handle difficulties in the future. You are training yourself to be unstoppable. Avoid falling into the victim mindset. It's easy to blame circumstances, people, or bad luck when setbacks happen, but champions don't waste time complaining. Instead, they ask, what can I do next? Taking responsibility for your actions gives you power over your future. Don't let temporary failures become permanent excuses. Just because you failed once doesn't mean you're doomed to fail forever. Many people let one bad experience convince them they're not capable. Failure is not a reason to quit. It's a reason to adjust and try again. Control what you can, release what you can't. Some setbacks are within your control, while others are not. If you made a mistake, take responsibility and learn from it. But if something was outside your control, don't waste energy worrying. Focus on the next best action. Be mindful of the story you tell yourself. After a setback, it's easy to create a negative story. I'm not good enough. I always mess up. I should just quit. But these thoughts are just stories. They are not facts. Reframe the story. I faced a challenge. I'm learning and I'm coming back stronger. Take a short break if needed, but never quit. Sometimes after a setback, your mind and body need a reset. That's okay. Take a brief pause, reflect, and recharge, but set a clear deadline to get back on track. A short rest is fine, but quitting is not an option. Keep a setback journal. Writing down what happened, how you felt, and what you learned helps you process setbacks in a healthy way. Over time, you'll notice patterns and solutions, and you'll develop strategies to handle future challenges more effectively. Mentally prepare for future obstacles. If you expect every journey to be smooth, you'll be shocked when setbacks happen. Instead, mentally train yourself by asking, what will I do when I face a challenge? Having a plan in advance makes it easier to stay on track. Break the cycle of negative momentum. Setbacks often lead to more setbacks because people feel discouraged and stop taking action. The best way to stop this cycle is to take one small step in the right direction. Even a tiny action can shift your momentum back toward progress. Your habits will keep you steady when motivation fades. Motivation disappears after a setback, but habits remain. If you've built a strong routine, it will carry you through difficult times. This is why developing daily habits is so powerful. They keep you going even when motivation is gone. Forgive yourself faster. Many people waste valuable time feeling guilty about their mistakes, but guilt doesn't help. It only keeps you stuck. Acknowledge the mistake, learn from it, and move forward. The faster you forgive yourself, the faster you get back on track. Recognize that everyone faces setbacks. You're not alone. Every successful person you admire has struggled, failed, and dealt with challenges. The difference is, they didn't stop. You have the same ability to push through as they did. Use setbacks to develop emotional strength. If you get frustrated or discouraged easily, you allow emotions to control your progress. Learn to observe your emotions without being ruled by them. Accept the frustration, but don't let it stop you from moving forward. Don't compare your journey to others. It's easy to look at people who seem to be succeeding effortlessly and feel like you're falling behind. But you don't know their struggles. Focus on your own path and trust your own timing. Failure is proof that you're trying. The only people who never fail are the ones who never take risks. If you're experiencing setbacks, it means you're pushing your limits. That alone is something to be proud of. Adjust your expectations, but don't lower your standards. Sometimes after a setback, you might need to adjust your strategy. But don't use failure as an excuse to aim lower. Stay committed to your goals, even if the path takes longer than expected. Remember why you started. When setbacks make you want to quit, go back to your original motivation. Why did you start this journey? What is at stake if you give up? Reconnecting with your purpose will reignite your determination. Focus on what's next, not what's lost. Many people dwell on what they've lost instead of looking at what they can still achieve. Dwelling on the past won't change it, but taking action now can change your future. One setback does not define you. The most successful people in history have failed more times than they've succeeded. But their setbacks didn't define them. Their persistence did. You are bigger than any obstacle you face. Your ability to bounce back is what makes you unstoppable. Setbacks test your character. If you can keep going when things go wrong, nothing will be able to stop you. The true measure of success is how many times you get back up. Setbacks are part of every journey, but they don't have to derail you. The key is to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult it feels. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, learn, and become stronger. If you refuse to quit, success is inevitable. The only way to truly fail is to stop trying. So get up, refocus, and keep going. Your journey isn't over, it's just getting started. Chapter 9. The importance of tracking your progress. Success is not just about setting goals, it's about measuring progress. If you don't track your actions, you won't know whether you're improving, falling behind, or staying the same. Tracking progress gives you clarity, motivation, and a roadmap to success. Without it, you're just guessing. Many people fail not because they lack effort, but because they don't track their growth. They assume they're not making progress because they don't see immediate results. But success happens in small, consistent steps. When you track your efforts, you see proof that you are moving forward, even if progress feels slow. Tracking eliminates uncertainty. It's easy to feel lost when you don't have a clear picture of where you stand. Measuring your progress helps you stay on track and prevents you from wasting time on ineffective strategies. When you track your progress, you turn invisible effort into visible results. Sometimes improvement happens so gradually that you don't notice it. By documenting your journey, you give yourself tangible proof that your efforts are paying off. Tracking progress keeps you accountable. When you have a system to measure your actions, you can't ignore them. If you skip a task or break a habit, you'll see it reflected in your records. This accountability makes it harder to lie to yourself. It builds momentum. Every time you check off a completed task, you reinforce positive behavior. Seeing progress encourages you to keep going because you don't want to lose the streak you've built. Tracking helps you identify patterns. If you measure your progress consistently, you'll start to notice trends. You'll see when you're most productive, what obstacles slow you down, and what strategies work best. This allows you to refine your approach and improve faster. It helps you adjust your goals. Sometimes, goals need to be modified based on reality. If you're tracking your progress, you can see what's working and what isn't. This flexibility ensures you stay aligned with what actually leads to success. Tracking keeps you motivated during slow progress. Some improvements take time to show results. If you're focused on weight loss, skill building, or business growth, you may not see dramatic changes right away. But tracking allows you to recognize small wins that eventually add up to big success. It turns goals into a game. People love competition, even against themselves. When you see measurable progress, it becomes a personal challenge to improve. This gamification of success makes the process more enjoyable and engaging. Tracking forces you to be honest with yourself. If you're not improving, your records will show it. This honesty can be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for growth. Self-awareness is the first step to making real changes. It shifts your focus from outcome to process. Many people focus too much on big goals and forget that success is built through daily habits. Tracking helps you focus on consistent effort rather than just the final result. If you track the right actions, success will follow. It reduces stress and overwhelm. When you feel like you're not making progress, frustration builds, but tracking provides reassurance. You can look back and see how far you've come, which gives you confidence to keep going. Tracking helps you stay disciplined. Knowing that you'll be recording your actions adds a level of commitment. It makes you more likely to follow through because you don't want to break your progress streak. It reveals areas for improvement. Tracking isn't just about celebrating wins, it also highlights where you need to improve. If you notice inconsistency or weak spots, you can focus on strengthening those areas. It helps you develop better habits. Progress tracking reinforces positive behaviors. If you see evidence that certain habits are driving success, you'll be more motivated to keep them going. Tracking helps you stay in control. Instead of wondering if you're making progress, you know for sure. This sense of control over your journey reduces doubt and increases confidence. It creates a success mindset. When you track progress, you prove to yourself that your actions matter. This reinforces the belief that you are capable of achieving your goals, which strengthens your motivation and mental toughness. Tracking teaches patience. Many people quit too soon because they don't see instant results. But when you track progress, you learn to appreciate steady improvement. You understand that great results take time. It allows you to celebrate small victories. Waiting for big success can feel exhausting, but tracking progress lets you acknowledge smaller milestones along the way, keeping you excited and engaged. Tracking makes success predictable. If you consistently measure your progress, you'll notice a pattern. Certain actions lead to results. This allows you to create a repeatable formula for success. Tracking progress is not just a tool, it's a necessity. Without measurement, there is no growth. The more you track, the more control you have over your success. Whether you use a journal, an app, or a habit tracker, find a system that works for you and commit to it. Success is a science. Track it, measure it, and watch your efforts turn into results. Tracking progress transforms discipline into a habit. When you track your actions daily, they become second nature. You no longer have to force yourself to stay consistent because the habit is already ingrained in your routine. Discipline becomes automatic. It creates long-term accountability. Many people start strong, but lose motivation over time. By keeping track of your progress, you hold yourself accountable, ensuring that you stay on course even when initial excitement fades. Tracking helps you measure effort, not just results. Success isn't always visible right away, but tracking your effort ensures that you recognize the work you're putting in. If you consistently take the right actions, the results will eventually follow. It prevents the illusion of progress. Some people believe they're improving just because they feel busy, but without tracking, it's easy to mistake activity for actual progress. Measuring your results ensures that your effort is leading to real growth. Tracking builds confidence over time. The more progress you see, the more confident you become in your ability to succeed. It eliminates doubt and replaces it with evidence that you are improving, which keeps you motivated. It helps you stay focused on what matters. Without tracking, it's easy to get distracted by minor tasks that don't actually contribute to your success. By monitoring your progress, you ensure that you're focusing on the actions that create the biggest impact. Tracking progress reveals hidden patterns. You might notice that you perform better at certain times of the day, or that certain habits lead to more success. Understanding these patterns helps you optimize your schedule and increase productivity. It prevents discouragement during slow progress. Some people quit because they feel like they aren't improving fast enough. But when you track your progress, you see even small gains, which reminds you that you're still moving forward, even when it doesn't feel like it. It keeps you in a results-oriented mindset. Instead of just going through the motions, tracking forces you to ask, is what I'm doing actually working? This mindset ensures that you're always optimizing for the best possible outcomes. Tracking creates clarity. Many people fail because they aren't clear about what they need to do. But when you track progress, you have a clear roadmap of what works, what doesn't, and where to focus next. Clarity leads to better decisions. It helps prevent burnout. If you feel like you're working hard but not seeing results, burnout can happen. But when you track progress, you see tangible proof of improvement, which reminds you that your efforts are paying off, even if slowly. Tracking allows you to celebrate milestones. When you set big goals, they can sometimes feel far away, but tracking allows you to break them down into smaller milestones so you can celebrate achievements along the way and stay motivated. It builds self-discipline naturally. When you know you're going to track your actions every day, you're more likely to follow through on your commitments. Discipline becomes part of your identity. Tracking removes the need for motivation. Many people rely on motivation to take action, but motivation is unreliable. When you track progress, you build consistency, which removes the need to feel motivated to do the work. You just do it. It turns abstract goals into measurable achievements. Saying, "I want to be more productive," is vague, but tracking allows you to define exactly what productivity means and measure your improvement over time. It allows for quick adjustments. If something isn't working, tracking helps you identify the problem early. Instead of wasting months on an ineffective strategy, you can tweak your approach and get back on track faster. Tracking helps you develop patience. Many people want instant results, but success doesn't work that way. Seeing gradual progress reminds you that success is a long-term game, and consistency is more important than speed. It provides proof for future motivation. When you look back at your progress over weeks or months, you see how far you've come. This proof becomes a powerful motivator to keep pushing forward when challenges arise. Tracking progress shifts your mindset from "I hope this works" to "I know this works." When you have concrete evidence of improvement, you stop doubting yourself. You develop the confidence that your hard work will eventually lead to success. It gives you control over your success. Instead of guessing, hoping, or relying on luck, tracking ensures that you're in full control of your actions and results. You know exactly what's working and why. Tracking ensures that you never lose sight of your goals. Life gets busy, distractions appear, and challenges arise. But when you have a clear record of your progress, it's easier to stay focused and committed to your vision. Tracking progress is one of the most powerful success habits you can develop. It keeps you accountable, motivated, and focused on what truly matters. Without tracking, progress can feel slow and uncertain. But when you measure your growth, you gain confidence, discipline, and the ability to adjust when needed. Success isn't about luck, it's about consistency, and tracking ensures that you stay consistent no matter what. Chapter 10. Developing a no excuses mentality. Excuses are the silent killers of success. They sound reasonable, they feel justified, and they let you off the hook, but in reality, they are the barriers between you and your goals. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who stay stuck is simple. Winners refuse to make excuses. They take responsibility, find solutions, and get the job done, no matter what. Excuses are a form of self-sabotage. They give you permission to stay in your comfort zone instead of pushing through challenges. When you justify inaction, you reinforce the habit of giving up. Winners train themselves to reject excuses the moment they arise. Your success is 100% your responsibility. It's easy to blame circumstances, time, lack of support, or external challenges. But the moment you stop blaming and start taking full ownership of your results, your life changes. Winners don't wait for perfect conditions, they take action with what they have. The mind naturally looks for an easy way out. When faced with discomfort or difficulty, your brain will always offer an excuse. I'll do it later, I'm too tired, I don't feel like it. But these are just tricks your mind plays to avoid effort. Recognize them for what they are. Lies that keep you stuck. Excuses don't solve problems, action does. Every time you make an excuse, you stay in the same place. But when you take action, even in small ways, you begin to move forward. Winners don't dwell on reasons why they can't. They focus on what they can do. There is always someone with fewer resources, more struggles, and greater challenges who is still succeeding. If they can find a way, so can you. Success is not about having perfect conditions, it's about making progress no matter what. The habit of making excuses weakens self-trust. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you reinforce the belief that you can't follow through. But when you push through resistance and take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable. Discipline grows when you act despite your excuses. I don't have time is the biggest lie. Everyone has the same 24 hours. The real question is, how are you prioritizing? If something is important enough, you will find a way to make time for it. Excuses don't create results. Choices do. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your future. Life will always present challenges, but it's how you respond that determines your success. Winners take control, find solutions, and refuse to be stopped. Perfectionism is just another excuse. Many people delay taking action because they fear not doing it perfectly. But perfection is an illusion. It's better to take imperfect action than to wait forever for the perfect moment. Self-pity keeps you weak. Feeling sorry for yourself may be comforting in the moment, but it doesn't change anything. Winners don't waste time feeling bad about their struggles, they focus on overcoming them. Excuses make problems bigger than they are. When you focus on why something is hard, it becomes even more difficult. But when you focus on taking action, the problem shrinks. Your energy goes where your focus flows, so focus on solutions. Discomfort is not a reason to stop, it's a reason to keep going. Growth happens when you push beyond your limits. If something is hard, it means you're getting stronger. Embrace the struggle. It's proof that you are evolving. Surround yourself with people who don't tolerate excuses. If the people around you accept mediocrity, you'll fall into the same habits. But if you're surrounded by disciplined, driven individuals, you'll be inspired to hold yourself to a higher standard. Stop negotiating with yourself. Winners don't ask themselves, do I feel like doing this today? They just do it. Treat your commitments as non-negotiable, just like brushing your teeth or eating. Discipline means acting regardless of how you feel. When you make an excuse, ask yourself, is this really true? Most excuses fall apart under scrutiny. If you challenge them, you'll realize that the only thing stopping you is your mindset. Don't believe your own excuses, believe in your ability to find a way. Track your excuses. If you notice patterns, always blaming time, energy, or circumstances, you can begin to address these weaknesses. Awareness is the first step to change. If you recognize your excuses, you can eliminate them. Turn excuses into challenges. Instead of saying, I don't have time, challenge yourself. How can I make time? Instead of saying, I'm not good at this, ask, how can I improve? Reframe obstacles as opportunities. Winners build a no-matter-what mindset. They commit to their goals regardless of external conditions. Whether they're tired, busy, or uninspired, they show up anyway. The ability to take action despite resistance is what separates the great from the average. Success is a decision. Every time you choose action over excuses, you strengthen your willpower. Each excuse you reject brings you closer to your goals. It's not about talent, luck, or intelligence. It's about making the decision to refuse excuses. Excuses are comfortable, but they keep you stuck. If you want to be successful, you must eliminate excuses from your mindset completely. Winners take responsibility, adapt, and take action, no matter what. If you want results, commit to a no excuses mentality today. The choice is yours, excuses or success. Which will you choose? Excuses weaken your potential. Every time you justify inaction, you shrink your ability to grow. The strongest, most successful people are not the ones who avoid struggle. They are the ones who refuse to let struggles stop them. Your success depends on your ability to move forward without excuses. Success doesn't wait for ideal conditions. If you're waiting for the right time, you'll be waiting forever. There will always be challenges, distractions, and unexpected obstacles. The right time to take action is always now. Excuses don't solve problems, they create them. When you allow excuses, you reinforce patterns of avoidance. Over time, this leads to stagnation, regret, and frustration. The longer you wait to take action, the harder it becomes. Your goals don't care about your excuses. Whether you take action or not, time will keep moving forward. A year from now, you'll either be closer to your goal or still making excuses. The choice is always yours. Stop focusing on why you can't. Focus on how you can. Instead of saying, "I don't have time," ask yourself, "How can I make time?" Instead of saying, "I don't know how," ask, "How can I learn?" Reframing your mindset removes excuses and creates solutions. Fear is often disguised as an excuse. Many people avoid taking action because they're afraid of failure, judgment, or discomfort. But fear doesn't disappear by avoiding action. It disappears by taking action. Face your fears, and they will lose their power over you. You are stronger than your excuses. Excuses may feel powerful in the moment, but they are just mental obstacles. The truth is, you've already overcome many difficult things in life. You are capable of much more than your mind tells you. Your habits determine your future. If you habitually make excuses, you'll live a life of limitation. But if you train yourself to act despite discomfort, you'll develop the habits of success. Your daily choices shape your destiny. The people who make the most excuses are often the least happy. Excuses don't bring joy or fulfillment. They lead to regret. The happiest, most fulfilled people are those who push past obstacles and chase their goals. They don't settle, they fight for the life they want. Start small, but be consistent. Breaking the excuse cycle doesn't mean you have to take massive leaps overnight. Start with small daily commitments. Consistency beats intensity. The more you show up, the less power excuses will have over you. Making excuses is easy. Success is not. If success were easy, everyone would achieve it. But success requires discipline, commitment, and persistence. The reason most people fail is that they choose excuses over effort. Winners focus on progress, not perfection. Many people don't start because they think they need to be perfect. But progress is what matters. Success is a series of small wins, not one big leap. You don't need motivation, you need discipline. Motivation is fleeting. Some days you won't feel like doing the work. But winners don't rely on feelings, they rely on discipline. They do what needs to be done, no matter what. Excuses keep you in the same place. Action moves you forward. Look back at the last year. Are you in the same place because of excuses? Or have you taken action? If you want next year to be different, you must make different choices today. There is no secret formula, just action. Some people spend years looking for the perfect strategy or waiting for motivation. But the truth is, success comes down to taking action consistently, even when it's hard. Surround yourself with action takers. If you spend time with people who constantly make excuses, you'll absorb their mindset. But if you're around people who take action, their mindset will influence you. Your environment shapes your thinking. Your past excuses don't have to define you. Maybe you've made excuses in the past. That doesn't mean you have to continue. At any moment you can decide to change. Your future is not controlled by your past. Self-discipline is built by saying no to excuses. Every time you override an excuse and take action, you strengthen your discipline. Over time, this becomes automatic. Taking action becomes your default, not avoidance. Success is earned, not given. No one is going to hand you the life you want. If you want something, you have to work for it, fight for it, and refuse to quit. Excuses don't keep you safe. They keep you small. Many people make excuses because they want to avoid discomfort or failure. But avoiding challenges doesn't protect you. It limits you. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. The moment you eliminate excuses, your life changes. Imagine what you could accomplish if you never allowed another excuse to stop you. Commit today to removing excuses from your mindset forever. Excuses are comfortable, but they lead nowhere. The moment you decide to stop making excuses is the moment you take control of your life. Winners take action, no matter what. They don't wait, they don't complain, and they don't look for easy ways out. Make the decision today. No more excuses, only results. Chapter 11. The Science of Repetition and Mastery. Mastery is not about luck, talent, or intelligence. It's about repetition. Every skill, habit, or achievement in life is built through consistent practice over time. The more you repeat something, the better you get. Repetition is the secret ingredient behind greatness. Success is a result of small efforts done consistently. Many people believe that breakthroughs happen overnight, but the truth is that every expert was once a beginner. The difference between those who master a skill and those who give up is simple. The ones who succeed keep showing up. Your brain is wired to learn through repetition. Every time you practice something, your brain strengthens the neural connections associated with that activity. Over time, these pathways become stronger, making the action easier and more automatic. This is why practice makes perfect. Repetition turns effort into instinct. At first, learning a new skill is difficult. You have to focus and think through every step. But with enough repetition, the process becomes natural. This is how athletes, musicians, and professionals develop effortless mastery. Mastery is about embracing boredom. Many people quit when something feels repetitive, but this is a mistake. The best in the world understand that true success comes from doing the same things over and over, long after the excitement wears off. Repetition is what separates the amateurs from the masters. The 10,000-hour rule proves the power of repetition. Research suggests that it takes roughly 10,000 hours of deliberate practice to become an expert in a skill. While the exact number may vary, the principle remains true. Repetition is the key to mastery. Repetition builds confidence. The more you do something, the more comfortable and skilled you become. Confidence is not something you're born with. It's built through experience. The more you repeat an action, the more belief you have in yourself. Muscle memory is created through repetition. When you repeatedly perform a movement, your body starts to remember it without conscious effort. This is why elite athletes and musicians don't have to think about every move. They've trained their bodies through thousands of hours of repetition. Repetition eliminates hesitation. The first time you do something, it feels uncomfortable, but after enough practice, you stop second-guessing yourself. Mastery is about removing hesitation through repeated exposure. The best in the world practice the basics daily. Many people want to skip ahead to advanced techniques, but true masters never stop practicing the fundamentals. Whether in sports, business, or music, the top performers continue refining the basics, even after years of success. Repetition is the cure for inconsistency. If you struggle with staying consistent, the solution is simple. Make repetition a habit. When something becomes a regular part of your routine, you no longer have to rely on motivation or willpower. Tracking your repetitions accelerates mastery. Keeping a record of how often you practice something helps you see your progress and stay accountable. Small improvements over time lead to massive results. Mistakes decrease with repetition. The first time you try something, you will make mistakes, but the more you practice, the fewer errors you make. This is why repetition leads to efficiency and precision. Your environment can influence your ability to repeat tasks. If you're surrounded by distractions or negativity, it's harder to focus on consistent practice. Creating a structured, disciplined environment makes repetition easier and more effective. Repetition requires patience. Many people quit too early because they don't see instant results. But mastery is a long-term game. The ones who stay patient and keep repeating the process are the ones who reach the top. Repetition rewires your mindset. When you repeatedly do something, you start to believe that you are the type of person who does it. This is why disciplined people naturally stay consistent. It's not just what they do, it's who they are. The first few repetitions are always the hardest. Whether you're building a habit, learning a new skill, or training your body, the beginning is always the most difficult. But if you push through, each repetition gets easier. The more you do, the less effort it takes. Repetition separates commitment from interest.